Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. I've had a lot going on here, and then I hurt my back, and I was bending over to tie the puppy dog outside, and something just hurt in the lower back. I couldn't even hardly make it back to my bed, but it's been almost a week, a little about a week now, and I'm doing better. It's a little sore, but it's becoming summer pretty soon, or spring, but perfect time for slaw. I know a lot of you don't like cabbage, whatever, but those of you that do like slaw, and if you, I'm particular, I don't like the sour kind. I like the sweet creamy kind. And this particular recipe is my mother-in-law's, and my husband taught me how to make it, and he's gonna kind of instruct me to make sure I do it right. Normally, I only do a half a head because it's just the four of us here, but I'm going to show you the full recipe just so I don't mess it up this time. So you get you a whole head of cabbage and make sure you cut that core thing out, okay? And I'll just do a run over of the ingredients real quick, and I'll put it in the description too so that you can see how to do that. Get you a black spoon. Well, it don't have to be black, but you know, one of these scooper serving spoons, because this is going to be your key in measurement. So, okay. So we got mayonnaise. We're going to put some mayonnaise in there. Mustard. Pickle relish. Sweet pickle relish, he says. Sugar. Make sure it's got some sugar. That's my ice cream bucket. I keep my sugar in the ice cream bucket. Not pepper. I always put pepper in mine. Oh, yes, pepper. He says pepper. And definitely some onion. Okay, and your cabbage. So I'm going to cut this up, and so you don't have to watch me do all that, and I will be right back when I get this done. And cut up your onion too. Chop it up. That's funny. My husband just told me that when I said sugar, that my puppy dog looked up at me because that's her name, Sugar. She used to look, hi, Sugar. I should turn the camera around so you can see her, but no, my husband's like, no. Okay, maybe later I'll do another post with her on it. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. I got my cabbage all shredded up here in the thing. And another tip that my husband told me is don't put your onion in the food processor because it chops it so much that it makes it bitter. It brings out the bitterness of it. So you don't want that. I'm probably not going to use this. This was a large onion. I'm not going to use the whole thing because it just seems like a lot to me to go in there. But we like to put onions. I got to tell you the story. His mother, my husband loves onions, just almost on anything. Okay, so I always have to keep this bowl full of onions. I had to learn that early in our marriage to make sure there's onions and ketchup. That was another thing. Oh my goodness, make sure there's always onions and ketchup in the house. But anyway, so he loves onions on hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff like that. And his mom would jump on him all the time. He's like, she would be telling him, we got onions in the chili. We got onions in the slaw. You don't need, and she had a southern accent. You don't need onions on your hot dog. It's funny. I never actually heard her say that because she was starting to lose her mind by the time I met her, and she didn't converse with us that much. But it's funny to hear him. Yeah, you don't need onions on everything. She would get onto him. But anyway, he still likes onions regardless of what mom says. And so I'm just going to take half of this because we're going to reserve some more of it. The other, well, a little bit more than half, I guess, because we're going to reserve some to go on top of his hot dogs and some of it to go in his chili. I might have to cut a little bit more for his chili. We'll see. I'm trying to beg him into coming on here and making chili so he can show you how he does it because it's really good. All right. So he's over there in the background instructing me. Mayonnaise. If you want it extra creamy, you're going to use 3 scoops. But if you just start out with 2 and see how it's going to work in there. I know you use this huge one, but we use a lot of mayonnaise around here. You don't have to be specific. Just fill it up. 2 of those. Really good heaping spoonfuls. Yep, just like that. Okay, I'm already making a mess. Get that stirred around in there. Okay. We're not going to stir it all the way around yet. Oh, he's saying cut. What? Just say it.
You need to use the same spoon for everything.
Oh, yeah. Use the same spoon for everything. Measure. I'm not dipping this down in the sugar.
I know. You should have done the sugar
first. I should have done the sugar first. Sorry. Well, I'll have to rinse it or go get a different one for the sugar. Anyway, so we're gonna fill this one with mustard.
Yeah.
Just one scoop of mustard. You don't want it too mustardy. Okay, so oh, I don't have the strength in one hand, so I'm just gonna do it down in here.
Spoonful.
That's looking good. Okay, so pretty much a heaping spoonful of mustard. Okay. Oh man, I can't dip the spoon.
Right.
All right, I'll be back. I gotta rinse the spoon off. Okay, so the spoon is cleaned and dried, and I'm gonna do the sugar first so that we don't make another mess. I do know what I'm doing, y'all, somewhat. Anyway, so one scoop.
Yep.
One scoop of sugar. Heaping spoon of sugar. I know it sounds like a lot, but trust me, this is good. And now the big old scoop, just one, right? One heaping scoop of sweet pickle relish. Don't use that other kind that's sour. Pepper, just a couple pinches. Just a couple pinches of pepper or shakes or whatever you got. There's one.
Wait till stir it up.
Two. Okay, there's two. I put salt in it. He doesn't know that.
No, you don't put salt.
But he always tells me, now you don't put salt, but I always put salt.
No.
All right, stir that all up together. Big old bowl. And tell them the story about your dad. Speak up loud. He doesn't say it. So his dad used to work at Arby's, and they made a roast beef sandwich. Did they make slaw?
They put the owner's wife.
This was like
Slaw to put on it.
Years ago.
This is like 50 years
ago.
ago.
The owner's wife would take them home and put.
No, she would make slaw for Arby's.
Oh, she would make slaw for the Arby's at the store. And they would put the slaw on the roast beef sandwiches in the store for the people. I guess that was only that store, right?
So you side of slaw too.
So you can have that on there. So that was interesting. I didn't know that part.
Arby's roast beef sandwich.
Huh?
The slaw goes good on an Arby's roast beef.
So get you an Arby's roast beef sandwich, or make your own roast beef on a hamburger bun or whatever buns they use, and put some slaw on it. I'm telling you, y'all, this slaw is good. It's become a favorite around here for sure. And a lot of our friends won't even try it. They're like, "Ooh, slaw." I know, but just try it once. You'll like it. Trust me. It's a lot better than what you're going to get even at KFC and some of those other places. So I think I got that stirred up pretty good in there. Now, what? Oh, so now what is depends on how creamy you like it. I personally think this is good. I might add, no, because I'm not going to dip my spoon back down in the mayonnaise like this.
I used 3 spoons, but I thought it was too much.
Arby's used 3 spoons. Oh, Mama. His mom used.
Mom used.
Y'all are probably just laughing your heads off because I'm like sounding really dumb here, but hey, this is my video. Anyway, his mom would use 3 spoons, but Jim always thought that was too much. I think this is good because it's going to sit in the refrigerator anyway, and some of them juices just start breaking down, and after a day or two, you want to be eating this up because it does get a little watery.
You need to put it in the refrigerator for
put it
at
in
least 30 minutes to an hour before you serve it.
Put it in the refrigerator at least an hour, 30 minutes to an hour before you serve it. Let it chill really good. But over a couple days, it does start to get a little bit watery, so that's why I don't put too much mayonnaise in there. And I always,
It'll last about a week in the refrigerator.
Yeah, it'll last about a week in the refrigerator. By the end of the week, I'm like, come on, we need to hurry up and eat this. That's why I don't do a whole head, because it's just too much for us. But for today, now it looks like we're going to have to get busy eating some barbecue sandwiches and some roast beef and who knows what. All right, so that's looking pretty good to me, y'all. Let's taste it. Gonna get me a fork. Hang on. I don't usually like to eat on camera, but that is good. That's good. All right. So maybe I can get my husband to come on here and show us how to make slaw. I mean, chili. Get my words out.
The things I have to go through to get hot dogs around here. My wife was making me do a video
She made slaw earlier.
I told him, I'm not making chili slaw dogs until you come over here and show them how to make the chili.
This is approximately 2 pounds of meat. It's probably a little bit more. Oh, I'm gonna start making some chili for you. This is my hot dog chili.
I can't prop this prop on the counter because he's too tall, and then you wouldn't see into the pot. So forgive me for going back and forth.
This is my hot dog chili. I have another chili recipe where it's more of a stew and got a lot of beans in it, and well, a lot of other meats. But I just like this for hot dogs. It's pretty simple. So we're
starting out with 2 pounds of hamburger.
A couple of pounds of hamburger. Cut the stove up a little bit here. The front burner. I guess we got the right burner. There you go. It's getting red. So we'll add some. That's about a half an onion. I'm gonna get all that out of there. Of course, it likes to stick. When you film it, it's gonna act up.
Because I still have to cut up more onion for your hot dog anyway.
All right, this is a little trick I do here. This is my meat masher. I don't know, it's a Pampered Chef or something.
Yep.
I'm not a chef, or we're not pampered either, but I just like to cook stuff sometimes. But
you're pampered, all right.
But this right here, I put some Pam on here. I don't want to spread over the.
I'll just do it over the pot there.
Well, I do this so it kind of doesn't stick as bad. But we're gonna
That's a good yellow right there.
let the Pam go here. Trying to get this meat to warm up. I'm gonna start mashing with. Thank God we've got it thawed out. It'll start sizzling here in a minute, I guess.
So do we need to come back after this? Or when do you add your spice?
I'm adding it all right now.
Excuse me.
Well, this is going to simmer for a couple hours. It's just the way I do it. Y'all can do it the way you want to, but I just like time.
This is his
Uh,
personal homemade.
This
idea. Nothing he's drawn from anybody else. Really, just something he's come up with.
I made it up. I mean, I don't know. I can't say that. I like to add about, I don't know. That's garlic. I like to add that in there. Wife tells me that it'll cook in there. Don't worry about it simmering. It'll cook over the 2 hours it's simmering.
Yeah, you're gonna simmer for 2 hours. You don't need to saute the onions and garlic first.
It'll all cook together. But we're gonna, if it ever start taking off here.
Things the easy way.
Yeah, but it's barely getting warm. There you go. Start getting the stuff cooking. You know, we can do, I'm gonna just let it, maybe it'll start cooking here in a minute. I'm gonna go and get all my spices together. I don't know how much water. That's probably a little over a cup of water, I would guess.
Said 12 ounces.
It's probably more, it's less than 12 ounces. The whole cup maybe 12 ounces, but let's see. We're gonna use, my wife has this this recipe she'll post on here for you. But since it is chili, so we're going to add 3 tablespoons of chili powder.
One of these days, I'm going to get some all matching canisters to put all these spices in so that you can, because you can't get down into the bottom of those with the spoon. It's ridiculous.
So we're saving this for later because I like to add some more after we. It's weird. We're going to cook it and drain the fat, and then we'll just put some more water in it, some more spices in it. I like for it to cook for a while, a long time with the spices. This paprika, we use smoked paprika. Just about a tablespoon, if I can get it to fit in there. It'll come out, I don't need, that's about a tablespoon of that, smoked paprika. You can use regular paprika to be fine. And then we use oregano. I love oregano. We use it in Italian stuff and Mexican stuff and chili. So I like to get a tablespoon of that. I like to put it in the water so I can mix it all up. Of course, the meat, I like to have water in the meat while it's cooking too, simmering. Here's I want 2 tablespoons of this here. This is minced onions. It's dehydrated. Put that in there. About 2. Help soak up some of the water, I guess. But it's more onions. I love onions. My wife probably told you that earlier.
Oh, yeah.
This is also onion powder we're going to use because we love onions. Stuff starting to simmer finally. That's about a tablespoon right there. Good. All right, we're getting down to some cumin. I like to add a tablespoon of cumin. We don't want it to be dominated by cumin. We want it to taste like chili, but cumin will help it some.
That's what I hate right there, trying to get it down to the bottom. Let me get some jars.
This helps it. Cumin is good. I got a taco meat recipe too that I like to make, and I use the opposite. I use 3 tablespoons of this and a tablespoon of that because I want it to taste like taco. I use this stuff. Cumin's a taco seasoning for everybody that don't know that. That's how you get the taco meat taste. And here's some granulated garlic. I like to use that too. You can use garlic powder. It's about the same thing, I guess. So that's my spices. Of course, everything's better with sugar, so I like to add some sugar to it.
Sleeping over there. I agree.
One. I like to put three of them in there. It might be less because I don't know if I usually use this, so that might be the same. That's probably more than this. I don't know. We'll adjust it after we taste it. So it's a simmering. You hear it hissing now, don't you?
I forgot to put my microphone on when I was doing the first part. Sorry, y'all, but he has the microphone on him, so hopefully you can hear him okay now.
Yeah, I've been wanting hot dogs now for 2 or 3 months, and been told I have to do a video on making the chili. So I don't like the videos.
I like fast food. I like things that are quick. Let's just get the meal on and go. I don't like going through all this. So if you want,
Yeah, but I don't like going through all this. This is not fast doing videos. So I don't like the video part. I'm doing this because my wife asked me to.
yes, I did.
I wanted hot dogs, so I finally get some hot dogs. This is very good hot dog chili. Get it to brown up here a little
I'm
bit.
just the type to just slap it all together and let's go.
I like to get it.
Do its own thing.
I'm gonna go on and let it brown, then I'll put my seasonings in there and let it simmer for a couple hours. The stuff's still sticking a little bit. But we use the cheap meat with Walmart. What 70?
Yeah, you can use whatever you want.
Was it 73? 27 or something like that.
If you're like a health nut, you use the ground turkey. You have to.
Well, if you use the 80-20 or whatever, it'll be a little bit less fat in there. But
People don't eat meat or beef. Ground chicken, I probably even more.
well, I'm just trying to get this brown, then I'll throw the seasonings in. Well, sometimes I even put it in I guess it really doesn't matter. I like to brown it. It'll definitely brown in 2 hours, be on the stove.
You just keep going up and stirring it. Whoever passes by the pot, go and stir it.
But this will be really good with the slaw my wife made. It's my mom's recipe. But
Now, here's a little bit of advice for you young men that are married out there. Do not ever tell your wife that your mother cooks better than she does. Now, you can say my mom's a good cook, but don't tell her that she's better than your wife, even if your wife's an awful cook. Yeah.
we try to get this brown, but
And his mom is a good cook, by the way.
what she was, Mama's got dementia and lost her mind. I wish I knew what she knew.
He was telling me about the rolls that she made.
Yeah, I wish I knew what she knew.
She had the lightest, fluffiest rolls that she would take, and she'd get so mad having to make them for the party because they would ask her to bring the rolls every time. So she's huffing and puffing around the kitchen making these rolls. But they would, she loved the praise, obviously. And they would tell
It's starting to brown here. All right, let's put some. My Pam trick kind of worked, so it's just a little bit sticking on there. It's not too bad. Well, let's let this go in the sink.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go on and put my stuff in here because it's gonna simmer for 2 hours. I mean, it'll definitely be cooked, but I like to stir this up. I like to stir all this up good. Get it all stirred up good and mix it.
This is going to simmer down until it's thick. It's not going to be a runny chili at all. It's your thick kind that you would put on hot dogs.
Well, this is my hot dog chili. It's better than you're gonna get.
Yeah, way better than what you get in restaurants. I always like Keep the pot simple there.
I'm gonna pour that in there. Looks like we got a good most of it out of there, so that's good. Now let me see. I'm gonna get out the old trusty holy spoon here. We like to stir stuff with a holy spoon because it's good for stirring. It goes right through the spoon and stir it in here. Then we can just let it simmer now for a couple hours. Then we'll go drain the fat. And then we'll add a little bit more water and a little bit more, top it back off with seasonings.
So we will come back for that part later after we get this simmered down.
So look in here. Look at it. It's already looking like chili.
They can see it, yeah.
It's already looking like chili. But it's going to really taste better letting it cook longer.
All right, 2 hours, y'all, on that. We'll be back.
We'll be back. Oh, I forgot to tell you, it's already starting to bubble a little bit or pop. So we like to turn that back when we're going to simmer it. You don't want to simmer it on this high heat. I'm guessing this is about 2. I like to put it on, my stove don't have no numbers on it, but I like to put it on a lower setting while it simmers.
Yeah.
I guess that's about 2. So
Just come by, keep an eye on it. Make sure it's not sticking or whatever. I mean, it's a Teflon pan, but just keep it stirred. All right.
So,
By the way, you also want to make sure that you leave the lid off because you want this to simmer down and reduce down all the liquids. So if you put the lid on, then it's going to steam and keep those liquids in there. You don't want that. So yeah, just see how it's barely bubbling. That's what you want. So, all right, 2 hours.
all right, it's been simmered a couple hours now. And it's time to drain the fat off of it.
So stir it, show them. It has
It's rendering.
fat on there, but it's definitely
It's
much
cooking
thicker.
down. It's cooking down, but that's fat. We want to get the fat out of it.
Much thicker. All the juice is pretty much gone except for the fat.
So we want to drain the fat. Then we're going to put the final touches on it.
Okay, so we'll be back right after that.
All right, now we drain the fat. You can look in here. This is before we put the final touches on it. Oh, we're going to put a little bit of ketchup in there that makes it good. I'd say this is about, I guess, 3 tablespoons. Probably a tablespoon of mustard, I would guess. About a tablespoon there. All right, then we're going to go in with the seasonings again.
You don't have to like drain it to where it's
Just
losing
that's just a guesstimation. That's the paprika. Of course, we already listed what the seasonings are. A little bit of, I like to do it this way. They're the same seasonings we put in there before. Oregano. So this is well, I don't want to put this in there because it's not going to, well, we're going to let it, I'll let that go. The onion powder. That's not going to soak in. We're only going to cook us about 20 more minutes and let it simmer. They're not going to rehydrate probably enough in that time. They might. This is cumin. It's a little bit. That's just a guess. Oh, it's not a teaspoon, obviously. Tablespoon, not a whole tablespoon. But we're just trying to put back some of what was poured out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You don't have to like push out all the juice and stuff out of your meat when you're draining. Just let it drain a little bit. Not gonna hurt to have
Chili.
that in there.
All right. So here's a little bit of, this is the good stuff. Sugar makes everything better. A little bit more. I like to put a little bit of water with it. That's about, I'd say it's three ounces, I'm guessing. Now we get the holy spoon. We'll stir it up. Get it all mixed good here.
It's kind of a sweet and spicy type of chili.
Well, I mean, you could put more stuff.
Different. He has a recipe for regular chili that maybe someday we'll get him to show you how he makes it.
It'd be hours. It takes a long time.
Yeah, that's a long process.
It's a long process. This is a little trick. I don't know if I can find stuff or not. Oh, cinnamon. Where's it at?
Spice girl.
Where is it? Cinnamon.
Oh, it's the big one there.
We don't have a small one? Lord have mercy. I don't want to use a lot.
Mercy. He says that a lot. Lord have mercy.
Well, you better have the hope the Lord has mercy on you. You better accept his saving grace.
almost every day. But
Well, you just get a little bit of that. You don't want to overpower it with cinnamon, but that'll give it a little flavor. That's a little trick. We didn't put that in a little bit of this here will help it too a little bit.
cocoa.
It's a little bit of cocoa. I didn't put that in my.
Not your main
It's
recipe.
not my recipe, but that'll make it a little bit better.
He puts that in his regular chili. But yeah,
Well, I put everything in a regular chili.
he makes enough for an army when he makes chili. But it's really good.
So we're gonna keep this all warm. I guess we don't want this to get stuck to the pan there. That's it. I'll let it sit on here for a little while longer.
What about 20 minutes?
It's 10 to 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
That'll do it.
All right.
Taste this to make sure I'm happy with it. It's up to my par there. It tastes pretty good, but I think it could use a little more ketchup.
Ketchup. Sugar, ketchup and sugar. We like our sweet. You guys can adjust it to how you want, but we like ours on the sweet side.
Well, it's good with the mustard, and the hot dog is salty, so sweet. You got the sweetness of the chili, and then the sweetness of the slaw. It contrasts. It's a good contrast with the saltiness of the hot dog and the mustard.
Right.
So it's a good combination.
Well together like that. Yeah.
So we're just adjusting it here a little bit. Holy spoon's gone, but
I cleaned everything up before we decided to do this part.
so I adjusted a little bit. It's decent, but it's been a while since I made it, so I like to make sure that it's good before we tell you it's good. It is decent, but I like it to be more better.
So here, let me get you another spoon and see if you like that. I'm not as particular because I don't remember from one time to the next how it's really supposed to taste. To me, it's good. I think it's fine. I've already tried it.
Yeah,
Okay, he's
It's
happy
better.
now.
that's better.
All right, now I get to show you how I assemble them. So you get you a nice, good quality bun. We just get ours from Sam's. We've been buying them at Walmart, but I've noticed that they crumble up a lot more when you freeze them, and we like to buy extras. So you get your piece of cheese, and I usually just use half of the piece of cheese because it's plenty. And fold that in half and just kind of stick it down in there. Get your hot dog. I boiled these. And put that down in there. And then I like to put some onions down in there on top of that. Okay. Now for the chili. Get you a good scoop of chili here like this. And just spread it along the top. He likes to be able to hold his in his hand, so he doesn't like as much stuff in mine, but I like to kind of, I don't eat as much as him. And so I like to pile it on there and eat it with a fork. So I'm going to do it that way. And then go in with our slaw on the other side. So I don't know if you can see what I'm doing there. A little bit more. And this slaw does taste better now that I've had it in the refrigerator for probably a good 2 hours, wasn't it? So, okay. And then get you some mustard. And just go drizzle all the way across the top of that, like that. There we go. And got to pair it with some chips. I like these kind. Ruffles cheddar sour cream. All right, there you go, guys. How's that look? Yummy? Yeah. You can't really pick that up with a fork. I mean, pick it up with a fork. You can't really pick that up with your hands. You could, but it's going to make a big old huge mess. So I just like to use a fork. All right. Hope you guys try that and tell me what you think, because this is the bomb here, right here. You can't just eat a normal hot dog around here. You got to have stuff on it. So. Okay, so Jim says there's a science to it, so he's going to show you how he does this because he thinks that it makes it taste different. So we'll just take his word for it. I just always do it the same way now anymore. So you got your cheese and your hot dog. Okay.
Which that's going to fall apart.
Yeah, you don't want that, the bottom of the bun splitting. That is like the worst.
Mustard goes on the dog itself. So that's what makes the difference. The onions, let's see. Onions on. Chili and then the slaw. I don't like mine as piled up as Kelly.
I only eat one, sometimes two if I'm starving, but since I have chips, I probably won't eat two. Spread it on there, holding it together. See, you gotta hold it together, just like that.
I like to be able to pick it up. Put it right here so it stays together.
And then slaw.
You could probably manage this. You can manage this, and, like eat it without it maybe getting all over you or having to use a fork, maybe. But I have a fork with me anyway.
You're still gonna get it on your.
All right, that's it.
All right, that's it, y'all.
Hey, before you leave here, the most important thing, my wife talks about this all the time, but it's very important you get right with Jesus before you meet him. And it could be any day. It could be tomorrow. It could be today. He could come back anytime. You could leave this world anytime. Nobody's promised tomorrow. So the best thing you can do is get right with Jesus. Accept Jesus' saving grace. You're only going to get to heaven through the blood of Jesus. So my wife says it all the time, but it's important. That's the most important thing you need to do while you're on this earth is get right with the Lord.
Amen. All right. Thanks, Jim, for showing us the chili.
No.
And remember to stay prayed up, stay listening up for that trumpet sound, and stay looking up for Jesus to come back. All right. God bless you. See you at the next video if I make one. All right. And the Lord may come back. I may not get to make one. You never know. All right. God bless you.